Hello, and welcome back to the City of Mist. We stopped off with a Sir Marvin Staup charging at one Xander after taking a wonderfully plump mushroom. Let's join our wonderful friend Sam. Greetings, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Alrighty, starting at the top of things, as the quick reminder, yes, Xander, Marvin pointed at you and went, oh, that's a demon, and he ran at you. Effectively. And that's precisely where we paused. You guys are all kind of chilling here. Reminder, we're in a park that is relatively open, but it's definitely not empty.
Does he look like Marvin, or did he like change like form?
So he looks exactly like Marvin. Same big old beer gut. He's wearing his, blue suspenders and his red shirt, and he's just charging at you. Nothing changed besides he is not twice as large, but he's big. He was already fairly large. All of his muscles, all of his features are accentuated. Exaggerated.
I'm going to cast a spell of a huge brick wall in front of me.
Okay, that that very much works. Go ahead and roll me to change the game. Nice. All right, we get a 3 juice. So basically, you can effectively. So you're casting a spell. This is the awkward thing about trying to do one thing and getting 3 juice. But yes, you can make a. I'm just gonna add it to the scene. And just call it brick wall.
This is my oh shit brick wall. Stop running at me.
Effectively, yes. And, obviously mechanically, with this brick wall can be used by anyone as long as they are relatively nearby. Currently, it is, of course, near Xander. You do have 2 more juice. If you want to pocket those, you very much can. Or if you want to use them for something else, I guess 3 brick walls is kind of weird, but you can definitely pocket them. No harm in that. Because remember, if you roll higher, then you can make the effect permanent and not a one-shot. You very quickly erect a brick wall in front of you. As Marvin is running at you, he stops before the brick wall and gets ready to jump up into the air and suddenly launches himself like 10, 20 feet up.
Like we're about to hear a Mario jumping noise.
He's about to, he's charging your ass. So all y'all see this. Radia, Roxanne, Moira, what are you guys doing?
How does it look like he's going to land?
He's aiming for Xander, very clearly. He pointed at him and ran.
Can I disrupt him?
Yeah, how you want to do it?
Well, I have wings.
You do?
But I want to charge him the other direction.
Okay, you can have to do that. Roll me go toe to toe.
Like sideways, I guess.
Yeah.
And how light? What's the daytime?
I would say the sun is on its way to sleep.
Is that low light?
Low enough.
Is it like twilight?
Yeah, it's definitely getting there, and there's enough trees that as long as you don't fly up, which where he currently is, you should be fine.
All right.
Oh, all right.
7 gang.
You got it.
Nice.
Okay, so your goal is
good.
Yeah, say the top one. So you managed to achieve your goal.
Yeah.
Which is basically moving him out of the way. All right, so you effectively what? Wings out, launch yourself at him as he's trying to jump up and slam on Xander.
Yeah.
And what's this look like? You redirecting him?
So like in football when somebody charges somebody else.
I am a pro at football, yeah.
Well, it's in every football movie ever. It's every sports movie that exists. But basically, if he's going one direction, I'm hitting him sideways.
Nice.
He, goes flying.
All right. That very much does indeed happen. And as opposed to him coming down and potentially crushing Xander, you're able to slap him out of the way. And he does indeed come down, but at a horribly wrong angle. On his way down, though, both of his hands catch fire as he looks up at you, Moira. He chucks one fireball at you and the other one at, I have dice, might as well use them! Radia! All right, so 2 fireballs go.
Literally Mario right now.
Before he reaches the ground, yes.
Sorry. I was going to ask if I could counter that.
You can by rolling me face danger.
Okay. I guess that's what's going to happen anyway.
Indeed. So both Moira and Radia roll me face danger with whatever applicable tags we have. Radia, you are taking fire damage, meaning you can use fire resistance.
Yep.
Oh, finally.
Good. Would you say face danger? Face danger.
Face danger, yes. It's phrased very weirdly, but face danger is basically the dodge. Oh, so you use massive wingspan to attack, you can't use it to defend.
Whoops. That's okay. A 9 is still good.
It's not a big of a deal. Nice, both do the same thing. All right, cool. So for the two of you, because I like you both so much, all right, we'll go with Singed 1 for the two of you. So you're mostly able to dodge. Radaya, you are just naturally resistant to fire, of course. So it smashes into you. Most folk would be set on fire by this, but it buffets over the little like cowl you're wearing primarily, and your dragon kind of moves up into, getting ready to defend you. Moira, you are able to physically dodge most of it, but some of the fire licks up against you. And as it does, since you knocked Marvin off, kilter, he flies, I'd say, a good like 10, 20 feet away from where Xander is, and he smashes into the ground, causing both Roxanne, Radaya, and Xander to feel the weight of his body smashing into the earth as he creates a mini crater. The dust settles, and he is looking around now to figure out like where to go next. He can't precisely see where he's going, but he's getting ready.
He can't see where he's going.
Not necessarily. Oh, also, I forgot to say this. He is going to slowly get... I'm going to add one of these every time something relatively important happens. I'm giving him a status called Star Power. It's currently at 1. You don't really see anything physically happening to him just yet, but this is slowly going to build up throughout the fight.
So I feel like I'm going to regret asking this, but I don't know much about Mario.
You don't have to.
I mean, is it cheating for me to ask what are his in-game weaknesses?
You don't really need to worry about that. There's a guy trying to stomp people and throw fire at them. That's kind of what you need to worry about, yeah.
I mean, Mario doesn't really technically have a weakness.
Getting touched by a fish is his weakness, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, basic enemies can kill him, but...
Standing still is his weakness, I guess.
Me and Melanie never played Mario.
Shame.
The audacity.
I know.
Sorry.
I'll forgive you.
For now.
Maybe.
All right, are you thinking of doing something, Roxanne?
Can I smack him with a giant hammer?
Yes, you can. Are you smacking with a giant hammer, or are you sending one of your shadows?
No, I'm going to have Jasper do it.
Okay. As he does. That is definitely roll, go, toe to toe.
Jasper has to do all her legwork.
She has to look cool in the background while the brother runs in.
Exactly.
Is Roxanne the true vigilante, or is it Jasper?
It's a tag team.
I'm just messing.
Well, it's definitely my older brother. Can I do surprise from behind because he's in the dust right now?
Yes.
Moving the shadows too?
I said there's enough trees for there to be shadows, so sure.
I also want to do plagues, tricks, and pranks on me because he has a hammer.
One that has a hammer is known to do that, so sure. Make sure you mark attention. Alrighty, are you moving in for damage?
Yes.
Why the hesitation?
I'm reading the choices.
Basically, story do something, damage, or...
No, I want to get them good. And I guess I'll do this other one.
Alright, so you're going to basically stop whatever he has coming at you. We'll call it whacked 2 because you're running with a shadow hammer and just smacking him across the head?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
I want to make him see stars.
Excellent, he would love to see stars.
Too bad they're not real.
Particularly one glowing one. As Jasper charges in, Marvin begins to right himself, and before he can actually get his footing and fully prepare, Jasper moves in with a massive shadow hammer, just smacks him upside the head. Normally this would send someone flying, and all of you feel the shockwave from this. Marvin didn't catch it with his hand, but he did catch it with his face, as he slowly turns to look in your general direction, Roxanne. He will not immediately retaliate, but, well, if you're defending this demon here, you must be the next target. And
demon.
He prepares himself, poses, and gets ready to run at you. While he does, though, something that you notice as he clears away from the smoke is you can almost see like a strange aura around his head. You're not sure if it's the smoke, if it's the residue from smacking him with a shadow hammer, or something else, but it's almost like a faded double image. Quite strange, but all the same, he is indeed charging at you.
Almost as if something's controlling him.
Potentially.
Well, I smell another exorcist coming on.
I also just need to keep hitting him then.
Can I try to perform to get his evil shit out of him?
You want to attempt to exorcise?
Yeah, like I did last time.
You very much can. I am going to, because you're going for this, I'm going to give him a new story tag of possessed. Just roll me go toe-to-toe. And for a negative tag, select possessed. Upon looking at him, Xander, and trying to figure out, is this even, worthy? Yes. You realize very quickly there is a malicious aura surrounding Marvin.
Would that be like supernatural energy or?
Yes, it's definitely supernatural. Yeah, if you're not sure which tags you want to use, you can just say them out loud. And if I don't agree with one or doesn't make any sense, then I'll let you know. Excellent. Alrighty. So, in terms of possessing him, we definitely want... So we're going to go for the middle one, actually. That's going to effectively... I'm going to give him a new status. I'll just call it exorcised. As, yes, Xander, you begin to sort of focus your magics on him, and he slows down temporarily. Just long enough as he's charging at Roxanne for him to right both of his feet. He pulls both of his hands in, like, towards his chest, and he's, like, focusing, and he grabs his head and goes, ah, shit! What the hell? What the hell are you doing to me, boy? And as he turns, moving his hands away, you can see that his eyes are burning, and that aura that was, like, sort of floating around his head begins to sort of coalesce. And you can see these two, like, X marks where his widow's peak would be begin to split open as his skin peels away, and these two large black, like, hunks of bone begin to, like, shoot out of him very slowly, like 2-3 inches.
As I'm like doing my exorcism magic stuff, I'm gonna look at the group and be like, "Oh, I think he's possessed like the other lad that we took on.
Might be right.
I think we should take him out before we see little scary demons pop out."
That is the goal, I think. Right? We're all on the same page. Is there any? Well, I guess I was gonna say, did you have any suggestions since you're the supernatural guy?
Protect me so I can focus.
All right, I can do that.
All right, and after you do this, his attention turns from Roxanne now back to you, Xander. And he, once again, charges, but this time there's a little extra pep in his step. And the little crater that he jumps from seems singed in his path as he's charging full kilter for you. And he looked large before, but running, standing near a brick wall is nice. You are realizing that he might have grown a little bit. The absolute size of this lad. Radiah, what are you doing while this is all happening?
I'm preparing a potion to get rid of Mora's singed. Here we are. Yeah, how about that?
Okay, go for it. Roll me change the game. Excellent. Alrighty, and with that, how are we delivering the potion to Moira as she's flying in the air?
I drag and drop it off.
I open my mouth as she flies over.
Yeah.
The good old drag and drop. All right. Dragon flies up to Moira and hands you a little small potion that after you take it, suddenly that burning sensation that was covering your skin feels, well, a lot less burny. You definitely feel much better. And by this point, Marvin is just upon Xander. He is like right there. What are y'all doing?
2 questions. Can you explain the scene again?
Yes, Xander's standing next to a brick wall made of light. Roxanne is on the ground. So is Radiah, and Moira, you are flying in the air. And Marvin's running at Xander. That's it.
Okay. Can I create a broad training story tag?
What are you looking for?
In the middle of this?
Yeah.
I was wondering, since usually I have a self-defense tag, I was wondering if I could have like a defense of others.
I don't see why not.
All right.
Basically, you can create one of any type of black belt something once per session. So yeah, effectively whatever you want.
All right. How long does it take Radiah to get me that juice?
Only a second. She's been preparing for a while, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I have time to help defend Xander?
Very much so, yes. Basically, Radiah brews it up real quick, toss it at the dragon. Dragon flies up to you. As you're flying down, you grab the potion, chug it, and you're about to land.
And how is Marvin moving forward?
With his legs, he's running very quickly.
He's running?
Oh, yeah.
How far away do you think he is from me?
You're trying to defend Xander?
Yeah, but I guess, yeah. So that he can keep doing his exorcism thing.
Yeah, he's far enough that if you were to get between the two, you can very much do that.
Yeah, I'd like to get between the two of them. I don't know if I want to hurt him again. So could I like tackle his legs?
All right, let's go toe to toe.
All right. I'll keep that other one in the bank then. Unless I can use that.
I do actually want to trip him.
I'm literally tackling his legs.
So, Roxanne, on that note, I mentioned before, I'm totally okay with you guys rolling, potentially failing or not succeeding as much as you wanted to, and then someone like Roxanne jumping in to help after. So I'm okay with that, even though I don't think...
be like a help?
Effectively
or should
help.
I not roll?
No, roll. Definitely.
Okay.
Always roll first, just in case Roxanne doesn't need to trip. You roll like a 10. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like that, a 14.
That's pretty good,
That's really damn good. You rolled
It's
an
not
11.
bad.
yeah, I think that's pretty solid. All right, you can pick 2 of those bad boys. We definitely want the first one, which is stopping him from charging at Xander.
Could I give them a status that might help Xander?
You can punch the shit out of him. Yeah, that's for.
Well, I feel like so when you tackle somebody by the legs, a lot of times they'll hit themselves in the face on the way down.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe he could get like concussed.
I mean, 4 status is quite a bit. So if you go with the first 2, it's going to hurt him a lot. He'll hit you back, of course, but
I guess I could counter his best attempts if he's going to try hitting me back.
He will always hit you no matter what. But if you counter him, he will hit Xander next because you're not stopping him now.
If I counter
Help
him,
me, I'm scared.
Correct. So you can only pick 2 of those. You can't pick all 3.
Right.
If you're trying to protect
So I've
Xander,
now tackled him.
the first option is protecting Xander. So go ahead and click that one.
Right. Of course.
And then you pick from one of those 2 now.
If I counter, he will then automatically go for Xander.
No. So the first option, achieving your goal, is stopping him from attacking Xander. The second option is doing damage. The third option is not taking damage. So you can stop him and dodge his attack. You can stop him and do damage, but you can't do all 3.
I'm going to stop him and not take damage.
Okay, that definitely works. So what does this look like as you are effectively going to completely stop him in his tracks, and or like, we'll say he's moving so fast you can't just stop him. You're going to have to like redirect him.
But isn't his name Marvin Staup?
It really is.
Lame.
Look, if you want to try better, if you want to do better, go for it.
No,
But I
you're
haven't
fine.
heard anything good, so
You're fine.
I imagine I dash after him and then lunge, tackling him at the knees until he falls down.
Perfect. You do just that, as he's a very top-heavy lad. You're able to find that one perfect weak spot, and you strike him in his legs, which happen to be holding him up, and he flips forward with an immense amount of force. He actually goes past Xander, crashing into the ground and sliding a good like 30 feet past that general direction. He turns, and those horns that were kind of growing out, those like bone structures, they're longer now. They very much look like coral that are on fire. They're burning like there's like rings of lava flowing through them, and they're slowly growing and branching out as he stands. And as he does, you notice there are like wisps around him, and the wisps are getting larger.
Why do I feel like he's slowly turning into that demon that Radia saw?
Because that's probably what's happening.
Marvin, you lied to us.
Are we
You're
able
evil.
Are we able to get him to stop though?
Marvin, stop. Stop, Marvin.
Please.
No, not the imps. I was warning you about them.
All right,
I was doing my best.
No, you did good. They haven't fully formed. They are basically they're making their way downtown. Not moving fast.
They're not walking fast.
They're not walking fast. They're
past.
materializing slowly, but faces are passing.
Can my brother take his hammer to Marvin's horns?
You very much can. Yes,
She's trying to help him.
you've already hit him in the face, so it's a pretty
Yeah,
easy
I'm trying to
target.
Hellboy him. You are correct.
Alrighty, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna increase his star power to 3 now. When you do that, choose imposing form as a negative. And Jasper's going to do the same thing again.
Yeah, but I can't use attacks again, right?
You haven't done anything in a while, so you can. You're good. It's primarily back-to-back stuff, like punching and then immediately defending.
I'm gonna do surprise from behind because he's just standing up, but I don't think moving shadows works.
Surprise from behind, he's actually watching you guys with his 2 demons.
Oh, so then no.
Yeah.
All right, just my elder brother. Go to toe, right?
Go toe-to-toe, yes, and choose imposing form as a negative. Dear God, nice.
Rip.
Wouldn't matter what you picked. Snake eyes, baby.
RIP's in the chat, guys.
My brother completely whiffs.
All right, time to...
Wow.
You have a new character, right?
Excuse me, I need a new husband.
Oh,
Jasper's like
Man.
running in, and he like winks at Roxanne. He's like, "I got this," and he just eats shit on the floor.
Yes.
He dies again. No!
Jasper, you can't. Don't worry, Roxanne. I can revive him. I'll bring him back from the spirit world.
Excellent, thank you.
Alrighty. So this is indeed going to happen as Jasper moves on in. Maybe he's a little slower this time, or Marvin's paying more attention than you thought. He's ready for you. He's more than ready for you. And right before Jasper makes it, he swings the hammer down again.
Well, this is gonna be a horizontal attempt to slice them off. So
you're whacking him off with a hammer? Oh wow, you're smacking off his horns with a hammer.
Yeah, I'm smacking off his horns with a hammer.
Okay, sorry, phrasing. Cool.
If it accidentally yanks his head with it, so be it.
All right, this is perfect. I love your lack of Mario lore because this is like absolutely, absolutely. Thank you.
You're wrong.
You swing this giant hammer, and with a single hand, he just open palms the flat of the hammer, grabs it, and yanks it from Jasper's hand. Jasper falls forward a bit, and as he does, one of the demons jumps on Jasper and basically grabs onto him, not allowing him to move. I'm not burning the Jasper tag, but he's currently being grabbed. Marvin then looks at the shadow hammer, squeezes it, it smashes and explodes, and in the ashes, he's holding a giant flaming hammer, in which I'll go ahead and give him that now.
Lovely.
Yep. All right, now he has a flaming hammer. He spins it in his hand and goes, excellent. Looking at Jasper, he says, sit down there for a second, boy. I got something to work on. And he looks towards your group. Xander, you are the one trying to exorcise him. So he begins to swing the hammer, and using the momentum, he launches himself up and is very clearly attempting to, once again, get to crushing. As he does, the second demon becomes active throughout the fog and doesn't run at Xander, but it just charges your group in general.
Can I summon something?
Yeah, that's definitely changed the game. What are you trying to summon?
I'm trying to summon a big gorilla.
Sure.
DK Donkey Kong.
DK.
What would that be? Go toe to toe or
change the game. So anytime you're summoning something or making something, would this be a large Donkey Kong? Is this a big construct?
Yes.
Okay, that's not a bad thing. You get to use your it's a negative, yes, but you do get to mark attention. We do want a big boy after all. Nice! All right, go ahead and mark attention. You have to do that manually. You have 2 juice, so this is the great thing. Yes, there's lots of options. I think I know what you want. You want to create a story tag with this giant monkey man, and if you prolong the effect, he gets to stay on the field for basically the entire fight until he somehow dies. What would you like to call this tag?
DK.
All right, he's permanent. Boom.
I'm summoning your first enemy from the video games.
All right. Marvin doesn't really see DK, but he is approaching rapidly, and he, upon the next action,
on the ground. You see like this like circle, kind of like spiral and wisp, like magic, like this like tingling sensation, and then outwards this like portal opens, and this just like huge gorilla thing just like emerges as it crawls out.
Excellent. As Marvin is descending towards you, the beast begins to beat its chest and roar in defiance as Marvin is descending. What do y'all want to do while Xander's like summoning this monkey and Marvin is 1 second away from crushing? We'll say the demon's running towards you two.
I feel like he's about to go Wreck-It Ralph on me, and I don't like it.
Yeah, can I try defending him now?
Very much so, yeah. I mean, honestly, if you keep rolling go toe-to-toe and stopping him, you are doing just that. You're stopping him, so yeah, go for it.
Let's try it again. What did I use last time?
Not 100% sure. Did you want to use that same, that new tag?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a +1 after your roll then. Oh, for defense, sorry. For negative tags, definitely use Flazing? What? Use Flaming Hammer. A reminder.
Tragique.
That is indeed somewhat tragique. A reminder, when you guys ask me, is it low light? Are there shadows? If I say no, you guys have the power to make me say yes. Remember that. We can make disco balls and lights, and you guys can erect a dome around us if you want. You guys can do a whole bunch of crazy shit. Xander made a brick wall, so you guys can keep building and doing weird things if you'd like. Totally. I mean, it's a move. It's a move, of course, and it can fail, much like that one did, unfortunately. But
7 won't give me anything either. So
7 will bring it to a mixed success, though.
Well, I guess I'll try that then.
So
make it worthwhile.
Wait, hold up. Yeah, duh. It is a mixed success because I have the +1.
Yeah.
All right, so you can choose one of those.
Can I take his flaming hammer?
You definitely can't take it.
Kidding.
You definitely can't take it from him.
Yeah.
You're about to take it in the face.
Well, I'll achieve my goal. I'm gonna get in between him and Xander.
Okay, excellent. He is going to whack the ever-living shit out of you, though, so I'm going to need you to roll me face danger with the negative of imposing form. Just know that you indeed succeeded in stopping Xander from being crushed.
And that is the goal, I guess. Harbinger of Doom, but it's for me. Facing danger. Could I use self-defense for this?
Yeah, I mean, he's literally smacking you in the face with a hammer, yeah.
Okay.
That is the best time to use that. Excellent. All right, that's what we wanted.
Could be worse.
Could be
I'll
worse.
take it.
You had a lot of pluses there, so that helped. All right. So, with a mixed success there and a mixed success on top, you are indeed going to stop Marvin. Stop. Period. As he comes,
I yell, Marvin, stop!
As you do, he says, "That joke wasn't funny in high school!" And he comes flying down with the hammer, and
It's funny now! Even I yell, even as it hurts.
As you're yelling that, the hammer seems to grow in size by 2 times, and you do get in the way, Moira. You're able to distract him long enough that he's now focused on you. Maybe repressed trauma is coming up. And he meets you with just the entirety of this hammer, and it smashes into you, sending you like a like a pinball hurtling back towards the earth and smashing into the ground, creating an equal-sized crater directly next to the one that he just made a second ago. And he lands a good 20, 30 feet away from Xander. Moira, with taking status -1 tier, you're going to take 3 status from that one.
-3 status.
Smash 3. That shit hurt.
Yikes.
He looks at the hammer and kind of tosses it up and catches it very approvingly, like, oh, I like this. Once again, his attention is on Xander, and he's preparing to now use that on you, good sir. There is a demon also running at both Radiah and Roxanne, and it's getting ready to strike. As you can see, its hands are growing, and flame is beginning to like sprout around them. It's cackling as it's running towards you.
Can I create a shadow portal and redirect the imp at Marvin? You know, like all those arts where someone's, about to punch you and then they create a portal and the fist comes out at someone else.
You definitely can. So this is technically an attack against Marvin then. So roll me go toe-to-toe against Marvin because you're hurting him, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Because I said the imp is attacking, I will give you a +1 after you roll for using the imp's fire in this way. Because Marvin's not expecting it. So whatever you want to roll, go toe-to-toe against Marvin, go for it, and I'll give you a +1 after the fact.
And I'm going to say this is my alert private guard because they're technically protecting me by redirecting this attack. Can I use not alone?
I mean, you have your other friends, you just don't have Jasper.
This is going to be one of those nights.
Okay, so this is a 6. Radiah, you are close enough to help if you would like. If you roll me a change the game successfully, you can give Roxanne that extra +1 she needs in order to turn this from a really shitty situation to a less shitty situation. But basically what's happening is the demon is chucking a fireball at Roxanne, and she is thinking with portals and redirecting it towards Marvin.
How am I supposed to redirect that?
Basically, if you can think of something to prevent Roxanne from failing, whether it be additional armor, whether it be clarity of mind, maybe the dragon helping, getting in the way and like just being distracting, something to prevent Roxanne from eating shit, basically.
How about some extra light to make my shadows stronger?
I suppose I could put a artificial sun up in the sky again.
Just casually make a sun, you know how it goes.
Yeah. Just over there behind those trees so we have long shadows over us, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, if we can make it, we can aim it.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Is this change the game or something else?
Change the game, yes.
Let's hope buttons work. Go buttons.
Go buttons worked. All right, so the one option we are choosing is creating a story tag, which I cannot name it, but that would technically be a 7, which just barely ekes by. You're attempting to just attack Marvin, correct?
Yeah.
You are going to get struck back from this. You can't see the options, obviously, but basically it's achieve your goal, do damage, or not get hit. But you have alert private guard, not alone. You have the +1 from the fireball, and you have a +1 from, we'll say, like extended shadows, basically, from the light. So that's 4. So I'm going to go ahead and slap that on him. He has whacked 2. I'm just going to increase that to 4, which is a lot. I didn't rename it, but whacked 4 is pretty bad. Roxanne, as this fireball is hurling towards you, you realize as you get your shadow guard to jump up and assist you, there aren't enough of them. Maybe they're spread, maybe they're distracted. There aren't enough like firm shadows for us to really, get this. It's too gray right now. And right as you're thinking at the last second, is this going to phase through and smack me in the face? Or Radiah makes her little sun behind some trees, creating a nice, perfect long shadow for you, in which you're able to pull out your units, make a portal with them, and shoot it directly at Marvin. He begins to run towards Xander, but is struck in the chest by this ball of fire coming from his own guy, and we'll say it's slightly powered up with like shadow magic. There's some darkness like swirling around it. Maybe it encapsulates it. This could be cool. So the fireball goes into that portal, right? When it goes out of the other portal, it treats it like a coat, and it like slides around the fireball like a shell, and it smacks Marvin right in the chest. And he takes a good couple seconds back because 4 harm is a lot. And he pauses for a moment. He looks at you, Roxanne. As he does, he kind of snaps his fingers and smirks. And with that, the demon that was on Jasper, he does something that you don't even see from this distance, but it ain't great to Jasper. That's for sure. Where he like chains him down in some way, and Jasper can't move. The demon jumps away from Jasper, flying towards you with his claws as you're kind of closing off this portal, and he's going to slash you for 2 harm. Go ahead and roll me face danger.
I don't know if any of these tags work.
Good luck.
I'm going to do my leftover. My army.
Okay.
And egads the light.
Egads.
Radiah and Roxanne, I would say surrounded, but the term is not correct. But Roxanne, you're currently engaged with a demon with this other one here, kind of charging up fireballs. And, well, seeing as Roxanne is busy, this one's primarily looking at you, Radiah, as it's sort of just chilling there. And Marvin, once again, gets ready to swing that hammer. And he is keeping an eye out now because y'all keep interrupting him. And he begins charging towards Xander again, fires off another jump. And this time...
my monkey attack him.
Yes, you definitely can. So go ahead and roll me. Go toe-to-toe. Definitely use the monkey. And then for negative...
These imps are giving off fire?
DK is a negative tag?
No. So if you click it correctly, right-click should be. For you, it should turn...
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
but use Flaming Hammer as the only negative.
And yeah, I think they're giving off fire.
Yes, both these imps are basically on fire. Also, now that you two are close to them, Radiah and Roxanne, you notice they have the exact same coral-shaped horns that Marvin does. Excellent.
Get him, DK.
All right, DK indeed charges in, and right before Marvin is able to strike you, Xander, you move out of the way, and DK moves on in, catching the hammer and kind of turning Marvin. Marvin runs off the brick wall that you made, and he goes to turn and hit DK, but DK sticks him in the side with a huge fist, and Marvin cries out like, "Ah, shit!" And he kicks off of DK after kicking off the wall, flips over and around it, and he's looking at you like, all right, shit, that hurt. That hurt a little bit. I'll add 3 harm to that. He's working his way now towards 5 harm, which is definitely quite a bit. After this happens, though, you notice his body is starting to glow brighter and brighter, and he's starting to get kind of like hyped up. What are you thinking, Moira?
How ouchy am I?
You are smashed 3, which is not great.
So if I got hit again,
it would just go up.
It would just go up.
Yeah. You die at 6, which is hard to get to. Remember that they're not additive. 3 plus 3 is 4 in this game. I know, makes sense.
Fascinating.
I know, right? Basically, you're safe in terms of you're out of the fight at 5, which is quite a bit, but weirdly enough, Marvin's almost there. He's at 4.
Okay.
Although NPCs work differently, some NPCs die at 2 or 1.
I'm just trying to take one for the team this time,
You're successfully doing it. You stop like 3 attacks. There's nothing wrong with that.
How far away is he right now?
Close, because he's now charging at Xander again.
Xander, you're gonna
Leave me alone.
You're gonna owe me big time. Just so you know. That all said.
Wait, Myra, I might have something.
You might have something?
Yeah.
Go for it.
See. Thing in the bag. What do I got?
What's in the bag?
What do I change game? To help healer?
Oh, you're trying to heal? Yes, change the game.
Yeah.
It must be done with the understanding that actually probably about to hurt myself again.
I know, but to help minimize the damage beforehand, or
Indeed.
patch you up
So
a little.
valid. I love
Patch
it.
you up a little so you can take a little bit more. There we go. How about that?
I'll take it.
Nice. Okay, that heals her by 2. That is definitely notable. All right, you're only smashed 1 now as you quickly brew up a potion. Toss it to Moira as you're standing from your crater. You catch it, you're able to swig this, and suddenly your crushed
like
bones.
An energy drink.
Yeah, they don't feel as crushed anymore. Radia, though, this little demon that was charging for you, follows through, and with its claws out, it sets them on fire and goes to rake at you. Go ahead and roll me face danger, Radia, and yes, this is indeed a fire attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
You also have your stone skin.
Mm-hmm.
If you need help, Moira. If you need help, Radia, I'll get to you next.
Moira, how hard you get hit?
I forgot who I am.
I'm loopy.
Oopsie. What was in that potion? Oops.
Oh my god, all right. With both your stone skin and your fire resistance, you turn,
Whoa.
and the beast assumes you're not paying attention, Radia. And that definitely is not the case. As you toss the potion, the creature goes to slash out at you, and you're able to, as you whip back around, erect like a fire shield around your arm and basically parry the attack away from the creature. It goes like, ah! As it flips away from you, you having sustained no damage from the strike. Moria, you're feeling much better as Marvin is once again full tilt running towards Xander, and he is not very far away.
I'm gonna try blocking him again.
Go for it.
I guess I'll tackle him from the front this time. Or attempt to, anyway. My last couple of rolls haven't been great. I can't use anything that I used in Face Danger, right?
For this one, you can. It's fine. You can use whatever tags you want, because it's been a while. You got knocked over. For negative tags, use Imposing Form.
Can I give her some armor?
You very much can. Yeah, well, let's let her roll real quick and then see if we need it or not.
This is
The story of a girl.
toe to toe?
Yes. Go toe
I
to toe.
literally just said that.
I have to every single time. Yes, go toe to toe and use Imposing Form as a negative. She don't need it. All right, you can pick Dose, which you want to stop him from attacking, and you also want to block the damage, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
All right, that is 1 and 3. What does this look like? We got Gut Feeling, Imposing Form, Massive Wingspan, and Better in Low Light. How are we successfully defending Xander this time and also not getting ourselves smacked?
Clotheslining him.
Your clothesline, Jesus, this poor guy. All right, good thing he's made of bricks. He's charging.
I figure once he's back in his normal frame of mind, I'll just take him to the hospital.
That works too. As he is charging, aware of you, but apparently not too aware, Moira, as you're able to sweep in, and you got him from the legs last time. Let's get him in the face, and you just clothesline like right under the neck. You weave around the hammer as he swings at it, and it also attempts to swing his body at you. But as he's off balance for just a second, you're able to bring him down to the ground. He flips, slides past you, but he has lost all momentum and just kind of completely. So we'll say he like slides like way over here, closer to Roxanne at this point, but not where he wants to be in terms of location. And he turns and points his hammer to you and says, "Why do you keep interrupting me? What the hell's wrong with you?"
Why do you think I'm interrupting you?
The audacity of us, honestly.
Because you're one of them, I see. And as he says that, the horns grow longer. Okay. They begin to grow outward.
Can I continue to try to exercise him?
Yes, and then for a negative, use Possessed. Go toe-to-toe. Oh, sorry. After this happens, you go for exercise first, and I'll let you know. Nice! All right. Exorcised 2 will turn to Exorcised 3 as you begin to pull something visible out of him now, Xander. He stops before he's able to charge and bring up the hammer, and he holds at his head again and says, what are you doing with your demon magic? What is this shit? And he starts like swiping at the air and punching at nothing. And after a second, he's able to kind of right himself, and he seems as if he's about to fall over, but he doesn't. And suddenly he kind of pauses. And then with a clarity, he looks around and he can see all of you. And he kind of like, oh, okay. He turns to look at you, Xander, and he goes, ha, 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 ha! And pulling the hammer up, his body begins to glow as a rainbow, like fluorescent aura begins to permeate from him directly. And I'm going to give him star power 4 now. As he is glowing, you guys sense an immense power emanating from Marvin. And this time, the confidence that is backing this next swing completely diminishes anything he had before, and he goes to charge again at Xander. Roxanne, you got a little bad boy in front of you. Redaya, you do as well. Jasper is still locked down, and Moira, you're good because you didn't get flipped.
That's what I like to hear.
What is Marvin attacking with right now?
The hammer again, and it looks like it grew once again.
Can I portal it into his face?
You may definitely roll and try to do that, yes.
Toe to toe, right?
Indeed.
Let's see. I'm gonna do my army. Can I do surprise from behind?
You are literally behind him, so yes. He seems dead set on Xander for some reason.
I think that'll be it.
Alrighty, you're going for the womp again?
I'll get him good.
Alrighty, something unique happens this time around, Roxanne. You're trying to, like, portal the hammer, basically?
Into his face, yeah. I want him to swing it into his face.
As you're setting this up again, he looked around as if he saw where you're all at. And when you go to attack, he's seemingly willingly ignoring you, thereby making your surprise from behind function more properly. And he goes to swing as he's charging now at Xander. He swings somewhat early, I would say. Maybe he's slightly off. Xander, you're able to, like, sidestep this one as he's incredibly close to you. The next swing is probably going to get you. And as he does, a portal opens up right in front of you, Xander. Fortunately, a second portal opens up behind Marvin's head. As he swings through, the hammer goes in, the hammer comes out, hits him in the back of the head, Roxanne, and instead of damaging him, the hammer just explodes. And he seemingly ignores it entirely. Seeming completely undeterred by this, he now charges with his fist at Xander, and he is mere feet away from you, still glowing that rainbow sheen.
Do you want me to defend, or?
He hasn't struck you just yet. If you want to do something before, your monkey's near you, you're near your brick wall. You're technically good on defense.
Because he's running at me, right?
Oh yeah, he's literally like 2 feet from you with his fist just like coming right at you.
I want DK to slam on the ground, and then when he does that, like, fling him in the air and try punching him away from me.
Go ahead and roll me go toe to toe. God, that's so hard to say. Roll me toe to toe. Go ahead and roll me go toe to toe. Go and go does not work.
Roll me toe to toe.
Toe to toe. Go ahead and roll me my neighbor Totoro. Thank you.
I'm clicking possessed, right?
For this one, choose imposing form. Possessed is specifically for when you're trying to exorcise him. Alrighty, as this lad flies towards you, Xander, DK attempts to get in the way.
No copyright.
No copyright, yeah. Yeah, it's all good. This game is full of copyright.
We'll call it DK.
He hurls at you. As DK charges at him, though, with his fist, he sticks Marvin, but right as he makes contact, instead of Marvin going flying, DK goes flying backwards. This is not going to defeat the tag, but DK does indeed get, like, flung backwards. And Marvin swings at you just above your head, and you're able to, like, duck. DK might have slowed him down a little bit, but not enough. And this first blow you misses you, but the second one is coming for you hot. So go ahead and roll me...
Punch my monkey away?
Face danger. Yeah, he's still glowing like a rainbow. There's definitely something different about him.
So, AK parkour away. GTFO. Imposing form.
Yes, and you can also use your brick wall because you're near it.
Parkour.
Go brick wall! Oh my god!
Don't touch me!
Holy
Whoa.
shit! Yeah, don't touch you or your family. Okay, cool. First punch, you're able to duck on. Yeah, you roll 2 6s. Jesus. You dodge, and you dodge. The second fist, as his body is just like a tornado at this point, comes hurling at you, Xander. You dive behind the brick wall, and he seems to pay it no mind as his fist comes crashing through, just incinerating it. It explodes into pieces as chunks of brick go flying everywhere. You're able to completely dodge this, though, as you redirect his fist down into the ground with your magical shield, and it smashes into the dirt, imploding and exploding. And as it does, fire, like streams of fire, will shoot out of the ground. And all 4 of you roll me face danger against this like beam of like light and fire and like star that's shooting at all 4 of you.
Wait, I have to roll face danger as well?
Yes, you can also use DK to help defend you. He can do both. He's a big boy.
Oh.
Nice. All right, Moira, you dodge entirely as you move off to the side. A star was hurling past you, hits a tree, which immediately sets it ablaze. By this point, everyone in the park is like freaking out and running away because shit's on fire. The ground is shaking. There are still civilians nearby, but they are running very pointedly away from us, fortunately. Let's scroll back to the first result. So Roxanne will take full status. We'll add to your smashed. All right, we'll just call it crushed 3. For Radaya, you'll singed 2. Sorry, your singed 1 will turn to a singed 2, and it goes up 1 tier. And Xander, you have no damages on you right now, so you'll just take singed 1. Not bad. Alrighty, as the fire dissipates from Marvin, you see that rainbow sheen melt away from his body. And Xander, he is literally like 2 feet from you, while the horns are burning brightly and ever growing longer. You can see he is like exhausted. In this moment, he's like, oh.
Can I grab his head and try like exercising him faster?
Yeah, go for it. This definitely seems to be an opening.
Go toe to toe.
Yep. You know what? No, hit with all you got because he is stunned. Because of how high we are, use possess as a negative and use can see demons as a negative.
I'm gonna use my uncanny strength to hold him in place.
Perfect. Yeah, he's not currently moving, but you know how strong this guy is. You cannot let him move.
Do I see anything like above his head or like anything that can help me, or
in terms of what?
Like a detail like on his head, or like that, like you said there's something like floating above his head or something like that I would recognize?
I would say currently you don't actually recognize these horns, but something deep down in you does, and you're not sure what it is.
Okay.
Now that you're this close, they seem weirdly familiar. Alrighty. So we're going to strike them with 2 tier plus 1. So we get that big hit. That is 3 unexercised. Bring it up to 4. And let's see. Did you mark experience there for that one? For Gem and Bazaar?
No.
Yep, go ahead and mark attention there. Plus 1. And did you mark 1 for Magic Sorcerer from earlier? Okay, cool. Excellent. Alrighty. He smashes into the ground. Stars go hurtling everywhere. Most of you dodge. Some of you do not. It doesn't hurt as much as you were expecting. Fortunately, I guess it was further away. Both of these little demons are getting ready to strike out again, Xander, as you grab onto Marvin's head, and you begin to channel your energies and your magics into him. At first, he seems comatose, just out of it, like you're holding an empty shell. And after a second or so, you can feel, like, I got this. Suddenly, his eyes, like, are full of light and life again. And he looks at you and starts screaming. He's like, oh, let me go, demon. What is the hell? The hell do you think you're doing? And he goes to swing at you, but right before his fist reaches your face, he pauses, almost as if hitting an invisible wall. And suddenly you can see the horns on his forehead burning and crackling and falling away as chunks of them begin to peel off and just ash begins to blow in the wind. He keeps screaming like louder and louder. And as he does, the 2 demons that are near Radaya and Roxanne, they do the same thing as their horns burst and explode, shooting fire everywhere in like a 20-30 foot radius. The dragon moves in and helps to shield both Roxanne and Radaya from these flames as it bounces off of its wings, but various trees and bushes and things within the park are then set on fire. This whole area around Marvin begins to just pulsate with energy, and you and Marvin, Xander, begin to like push into the ground, almost as if you both weigh just thousands of pounds, tons, whatever force would cause this, like gravity is dragging at both of you and trying to pull you down. And after a few seconds of this, all of you feel the ground shake and then just stop for a second. And you see that fire in Marvin's eyes, Xander, burn away. And his huge, imposing form begins to pull back.
Be gone, demon!
Like the tides. And suddenly, rather than looking at you with hatred and rage, he's looking at you as if to say, like, what the hell? Where am I?
Yeah, okay, Marvin?
He looks down at his hands, looks at his surroundings, like everything's just on fire and shit. Both these demons are long gone. They are craters. He looks at you, Xander, and he goes, what the hell? Well, as you like let him go, he goes to stand and almost just topples over. He's incredibly woozy. He catches himself.
Beaten up by somebody. I don't know.
Who can say?
Well, I guess now we know he's not responsible.
But he catches himself and he looks around Jasper's now free. The chains have pulled away from him, and he dashed back over to Roxanne like, yeah, we're good. Nothing happened. I was fine. I was fighting off some demons. I don't know if you saw.
I hug him.
There was like 10. It was easy. I got that. Don't worry.
You're so cool.
Yeah, obviously. And as your royal guards come back, the dragon pulls its wing away from Radia and Roxanne, having protected them. And Marvin's looking around, completely shocked and at an entire loss for words.
Yeah, Mike, you had an episode there.
What?
You kind of turned into a fiery beast.
Just now?
Yeah, you got possessed.
Remember when I told you that, your, how do you say, stuff was making your men a little bit crazy? Kind of happened to you there.
I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Shit, that just came out of nowhere. That's never happened before. I should be in full control of this. Do we, I'm winded. We got someone to go? Or do we got to call the fire department or something? This shit's on fire.
No, I'll take care of it.
Oh, okay.
Torrential rain falls out of the sky.
He's nodding along to that as you're kind of putting all the fires out. He goes, okay, cool. Useful skill. I can only set things on fire.
Can you still feel something like you're being watched?
Who's that to? Marvin?
Yeah.
He pauses for a second and thinks. And then he says, No, I don't feel like I'm being watched. Why?
Well, he said he was before. Or something was hiding in the shadows watching him.
I remember something before a second ago. I was out just walking. And he's checking out the park. He goes, I think I remember coming here, but then, yeah, shit, you might be right. I blacked out.
Do you know where you got those 3 scratch marks on your chest?
He looks down, looks back at you, and goes, no. Was that from you?
No.
And he's kind of pointing.
You sound so offended.
He's kind of pointing at your group like, one of y'all did that?
You.
No, it was none of us. Not even the drag.
I'd love to take your word on that, but no, I got no idea.
Can Radia test? Because I assume his shirt's like scratched or singed or something, right?
Yeah.
Can she test for traces of something familiar?
You definitely can, but before you go to ask that, he goes to kind of catch himself again and says, "Oh man, y'all mind if we head somewhere to sit down?"
Yeah, that's fine.
Feel like someone hit me in there with a hammer or something.
No.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous.
That was honestly the most suspicious you've ever sounded.
That's impressive.
I like it. It's
Alrighty.
a skill, I think, that she has.
Where would you like to head?
Somewhere nearby, so he doesn't have to walk far.
Fair enough. All right, you guys swing by a local joint, and man, y'all sit down. He just orders water, and leaning back in the chair, he just runs his fingers through his hair, and just sighs, man, like what the hell. All right, what were your questions? Fire them off. I got some liquids in me now. I'm not gonna pass out, but shit, I feel like I just ran a marathon.
Liquids. Well, what's the last thing you remember exactly?
Precisely, I remember. And now that I've had a second to think, I was just going for a stroll. We closed shop earlier today, and I was just walking around, and man, I had this horrible feeling that, I don't know, something was off, something was wrong, that somebody was following me, or, marked me as a hit or something, and I can defend myself, so I was on the lookout, but not really too defensive. I don't want to tip him off. And after that feeling got mighty strong, I don't remember anything after that. I remember waking up with Xander grabbing my head.
All right.
So you don't remember even calling her in panic?
No. He pulls his phone out, looks at it, and goes, yeah, shit, he ain't lying. He stuffs his phone back in his pocket.
Speaking of phones, my shadow hands me my phone, and she recorded the whole thing. Do I need to roll for that?
No, not necessarily.
Maybe is she a good photographer?
I mean, you tell me.
I mean, she's literally just holding the phone. It can't be that hard.
Can't be that hard. Maybe it's a little artsier than it should be, but yeah, she got some good angles. And you show this to Marvin?
Yeah.
He seems completely stumped. And he points at the phone.
Shit, ignore that part with the hammer.
Yeah, is that me?
Yeah.
The hell's with all that, the fire I'm used to shooting and whatnot? The hell's up with the horns and those little guys?
I don't know. You've never seen that before?
Hell no, never seen that before.
Oh, God. Who are you in contact with for those shrooms?
I told you, I make them. They literally come from me.
Right, that's true.
I just had a thought. What if that the demon that attacked Radia's neighbor was a fully transformed individual?
Right.
As in, this is going on like long term.
Has anybody else gone missing that we know of?
Not that you're aware of,
Maybe
no.
they just haven't been seen.
No, not that you can think. And he's thinking this over. It says, when you asked who my contact was, what do you mean by that? Like, who I was getting the shrooms from? Is that all you would...
Yeah.
Or any part of your process.
Any part of your process, really.
Well, and he kind of sits down. He very boringly walks you guys through what he does. He basically makes the mushrooms. He can grow them. He has the power to just grow these things. And he lets you guys know that he can eat them raw, and they make him very strong. But if he gives them to other people raw, they like lose their shit or they pass out effectively. That's just too much. So they powder them down. He's been given to his boys, blah, blah, blah. Maybe he's going into too much detail with all this. But he's kind of thinking. And as he looks at you all, he says, yeah, y'all following somebody? You got like I don't know. You don't ask a question like that without having someone in mind.
Well,
you can tell me. I can probably answer your question better.
Do we have someone in mind?
No, not that I can remember.
I mean, other than like that one time when we were in that place with the old lady.
Yeah.
And the other dude.
Yeah.
We're just trying to piece some pieces together and see how everything all fits together and maybe who's all behind where the other product with your powder comes from.
Well,
there's something else.
That specifically, I did acquire that from an individual. I was supposed to win it at that auction that y'all mentioned sometime before. But I did have someone help me, letting me know that they could assist me in cleaning up the streets and such. And he said if, I take it with my shrooms, it would help, and it did. He also was able to, we met up once, behind the shadows and all that, but he seemed like a trustworthy gentleman after the initial sketchiness.
Who? This seems important.
Yeah, it's there seems to be like a lock. I can remember the man, but I can't at the same time. You know what I mean?
Do we know anyone like that?
Well, I think his name was Reg or something.
Reginald?
Yeah, Reginald. I didn't get his last name, but he didn't really seem to.
My notes. Reginald Albright used to work as a psychiatrist.
He used to work as a psychiatrist.
Yeah, he's our MII guy.
Okay. Why MII?
MIA.
Oh, well, I know that he was MIA. I didn't realize. Why did I not realize he was a psychologist? How long ago was this last contact?
Oh, it was a while back. I mean, I didn't really think about it being
recent.
Well, define recent, like last week?
Like post MIA.
What do you mean by MIA?
Well, he's not.
Obviously, no one knows where he is.
Nobody knows where he is. He's just gone. But how long ago was that? It's not Keeper. What is it?
Master
of Ceremonies.
Master of Ceremonies is too long. You can just say Keeper.
All right. How long ago was that, Keeper?
You're the mock.
Yeah. God, he thinks. A few months ago? I mean, it's not really been much of an issue. After he did what he did, I just felt stronger. I didn't really need to kick anybody's ass, so I figured it made myself stronger. I figured the extra juice that you guys were talking about was from that red stuff. He said it could help me with yeah. The y'all trashed my joint, the stuff from the auction.
Yeah,
the food, whatever it was.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, I mean, I've had this ability for as long as I can remember, and he let me know he could help, and we exchanged some information. I ended up trusting the guy. He seemed like a good dude. I told him my problems, and he said he could help. I said, why the hell not? I haven't had any issues for, like I said, 1 to 2 months. I didn't even think to bring it up. I mean, weird, yeah, but you think he lied to me or something? Have you run into this before? Y'all don't seem too shaken up about that mid-transformation, or whatever the hell it was.
Well, it's happened at least
An incident
twice
and-
now.
At least once for sure, fairly recent. And yeah, the individual had a meet up with the same guy you did.
Huh.
There's some connecting dots here. I don't know
Yeah.
quite what it means, but they are definitely connecting somewhere, somehow.
That is definitely odd. Well, I will say, if you meet a man who offers to give you a nice shiny light, I guess say no.
A nice shiny light.
You know how all our powers manifest in unique ways.
Yes. Yes.
It was like a ball of light. He just gave it to me,
Classic.
and I felt better.
Well, how much time do I think there was between when Marvin spoke to Reginald and the time that Reginald went missing?
Reginald definitely went missing before this.
So but was Marvin's contact with him
After.
So he's still around.
Reginald?
Yeah.
Yes. So he went missing.
He's out and about.
Yeah. He's definitely been missing for longer than Marvin says he met up with him.
Okay. All right.
So in terms of timeline, he goes missing.
He still shows up, sort of.
Yeah. Marvin met up with him and spoke with him, and so did James.
All right.
And both those were after the fact.
Okay. Sounds good.
He takes a look at your table. You don't really seem too bruised or burned up. I presume I didn't really break anything.
Radia's the coolest.
I'm
Excellent.
good at dodging stuff.
After my brother, of course.
Well, yeah, I guess the the pox sustained the most damage, but Radia once again being the coolest put that out, so not bad, not bad. If the four of y'all ever swing by my joint, wave me down and, dinner's on me.
Roxanne, college student, will never say no to free food.
Oh, yeah?
Y'all got any more questions for him while you're chilling here?
I think that's it for me. Yeah.
Can we tell him to stop using that ambrosia?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
The tone he's giving you is basically saying, I didn't not trust you guys, but what you were claiming was so outlandish that he effectively said, nah, I'm good, I can handle it, because there were no signs before. So now that he's seen this shit, yeah, he'll take his boys off it, he'll get himself off it, he'll watch he'll watch the streets a bit better, whatever this is, after it's burned out of his body. He can't permanently stop using it, it's literally a part of him. So he'll once again call you if shit hits the fan, but he'll keep his eyes open.
Otherwise, after the events of this afternoon, how you feeling? Need a potion or anything to help energize and get you back up on your feet or anything?
Oh, I would greatly appreciate it, Radia. I feel like absolute ass, from being honest.
All right, digs in bag. Find something and hands it over. Take that.
You got a
Tonight
DS?
and tomorrow morning.
The double deassinator. Excellent.
Definitely wasn't because of a giant hammer. Nope.
Not the giant hammer at all.
All right, he kind of laughs that, stuffs it away, gives you a nod as if to say thank you. And if you guys have no more questions for him, he'll probably just chill here for a little while longer, but you guys can definitely be on your way and go wherever you'd like.
Well, what can we do with this information?
Sounds like we might have to find out, really track down where Reginald is.
Yeah. I'm not sure where to start, though. Or, Keeper, do I know where I might start? Mm-hmm.
In terms of finding him directly, no.
Or like a lead.
Yes, in terms of leads.
Yeah, Keeper, there's 4 names, right?
Correct. So, as a reminder, your group, at the auction, there were 4 people that stuck out to you. You found 2 of them so far. Marvin and, I keep forgetting his name. I almost called him Lester? James, thank you. I want to call him Lester.
Lester?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, you guys found...
Where'd that come from?
Honestly, no one's name is even close to Lester or begins with an L, so I legitimately have
he
no
does come
idea.
across as a Lester.
For some reason, the name Lester also works. I don't know why. Anyway, James and Marvin, y'all found. James has been exorcised, as has Marvin, but there were indeed 2 other individuals. You guys got a vague look at them. One of them was, I'd say probably around Marvin's age, but, not as beefy in terms of stature. And the other one was an older gentleman. Neither of which you guys really had too much info on, but Moira, you are aware that there are people that you can talk to, folk that you can find that know the unknowable within the city, of course.
Can I start reaching out?
You definitely can. You do know if there is like supremely underground information. There's an individual named Cindy that you can find, but most people don't know where this person is. They've not met them or really have any.
You mean
like
Cindy?
Cindy.
Okay.
Would my
But do I know
shadows
where
have
to-
heard whispers?
I think you probably all have heard whispers, but no one has a, good lockdown on where they are. If you guys want, you can definitely spend some time either looking for clues in that sense or doing self-research, whatever you want.
I'd like to start tracking them down.
Okay.
Can I ask my
Using
secret sponsor?
contacts, I guess.
You definitely can.
Can I guess, would that be investigate?
That would very much be investigate. It's a little late during this day. So in turn, we can roll investigate for things we want to look at. Xander, I will remind you, because you asked during the encounter if something about him reminded you of anything, and I said that yes, the horns were very reminiscent of something that you have a gut feeling you've seen before.
What is it?
That is it.
Honestly, you're not entirely sure. But you do know, it's very similar to Roxanne, you also have people that you can reach out to. You have your whole family and all that nonsense. The folk back home and such, your resources.
I'm to call Pop Pop.
Okay. While Moira, Roxanne, you're also hitting the street and checking things out and using your sponsor?
Yeah.
Okay. So if both you want to roll that as an investigate roll, you definitely can. Xander, I won't have you roll as investigate because you don't need to for this one. In terms of you two hitting the street, I'm gonna give both of you a +1 from just generally having like street information. You guys know Rat in a positive way, so if they can help in any way, they will definitely do so. So if we need that, I'll add it post-roll. Xander, though, you call up good old Pop Pop. And let's see, it's late here. What time is it over there? I don't know, super early, I'm pretty sure. Like absurdly early. We'll say these investigations take place, throughout the night and such. And Xander, you call in.
Yes.
They let you know that, give us but a moment, the master is sleeping. They wake him, and after you hear the phone pass around a couple times, his voice rings out. He just, yeah, yes, boy.
So, remember the ambrosia that I called you about?
Yes, I do. Why?
Well, apparently there is a bloke over here that can grow mushrooms that are very close to the ambrosia. Also seems like he took some tainted ambrosia and turned into this flaming demon type guy with horns and everything.
It seems to be a bit of a problem then, yes?
Yes, he also spawned demons, or little imps. Yeah, he was quite strong. He got fiery, touch and everything, and, creepy horns and all that jazz. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Have you got a description of the horns?
They were black horns that, they had cracking fire in them.
Did you happen to have maybe a picture, something you jotted down?
Oh, I actually have I
have my video.
A video that one of my companions took. I send it over.
Perfect. He waits a few seconds, and then he goes, "Oh, wonderful, wonderful. All right, let's have a look here. And you mentioned you saw this just recently?
Yeah, I just fought him today.
Well, I didn't really want to jump to conclusions, but this could definitely be a problem. Well, I'm sure you're aware of our past, son, yes? Things that we deal with.
Yeah.
You've not really seen it yourself. I'll be entirely honest, I only saw it myself when I was a youngin', younger than you, actually. But without wanting to jump to conclusions, those horns there, I've got a really bad feeling that there's a power. It is being tapped into. Something that shouldn't be loose. In fact, you're quite familiar with this power. Did you get a weird feeling in your chest when you touched it, when you got close to it?
A little bit.
Aye. All right, then that's definitely it then. I believe these demons, the Eye of Azar that you're wearing around your neck, Xander, they come from that power source, not from yours directly, but from something similar.
There's also another flying demon flying around. It destroyed a building earlier. We haven't found it yet, though.
All right, if you can get a picture of that one, might be a bit more difficult, but there's smaller ones. I would definitely say they're akin of a czar in some way. Not entirely sure. That big
I would
fella
definitely
there.
say this one was not small. He was definitely large.
Right. As big as this big boy here in the picture?
Well, I mean, from what I've heard, the one that's on the loose is probably a little bit bigger than him.
Yeah, shite. All right. Well, yeah, I would definitely say it's a bit of a problem then. We'll just say the history of the Eye of Azor is a bit murky, but we've got it under control, as I'm sure you're aware. It's not giving you any issues, right?
No, and as all training has, as you trained me so well, I've been able to exercise both of the people that have had signs of this demonic possession.
Good. Well, boy, if you happen to catch anything else, it's, it stings your eyes, something you don't like, you get that real bad feeling, just deep down in your gut. You let me know. Jot it down, get a picture, draw it, whatever you need to do. Even if the feeling seems inconsequential, maybe, pointless, a fleeting moment, definitely let me know. There could be something real bad brewing in the city now.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be too much to handle for us Lancasters.
Shouldn't be. I mean, as you said, we taught you well, Xander. With you there, I trust that things are under control. Just keep a sharp eye out. Nothing kills us quicker than overconfidence.
Well, I'll make sure the Eye of Azar is under control.
Excellent. Hey, was there anything else you needed, son?
No, that's about it.
Good. Well, keep up the good work, and we all wish you luck here.
Talk to you later.
All right, good night.
Bye.
Hangs up.
I roll my investigation before I forget.
Investigation.
Is that a yes?
Oh, yes, sorry. For both Moira and Roxanne, you can roll realistically whenever you want. Nice.
Perfect. 4 clues.
So I was going to say with these, you knocked it out of the park, so I won't even need to say it. I was going to treat this very similar, with a clue being very similar to juice, used to basically fill up a status tracker. But 4 juice and 2 juice, I think we're good. That's basically 6 questions you can ask. If you have any particular questions you want to ask, I can answer them, and then I can tell you the next thing.
So we're trying to find Cindy, though, right?
You're trying to find who the Cindy person is, where they are, etc., etc. It'll basically take you all night, but
well,
you will get the answer. Know. You will guarantee to get the answer. If you have any somewhat not unrelated questions, but are questions that are like similar, that makes any sense. You don't have to, of course. You can ask them.
Guess I want to know. I guess I want to know how to get into contact with Cindy directly.
Sure.
To find out also, like, what her, I don't know, I can't think of the word, like, what her position is.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Like, as a person in the underground.
Effectively, you know that they are an information broker. They primarily trade information for information. So if you have something useful, she'll definitely want to know. But she might already know it because this is literally her job.
Yeah.
Now, she's not like dark web level of underground, but we've heard a lot of mixed things. Now, I'd say with how well the two of you roll, the 12 and a 9 with a total of 6 clues, you will 100% find this location. And I will say, a lot of folk don't know how to locate this place specifically because there's a trick to getting in.
Did we find out the trick to getting in?
Yes, you will indeed find out the trick. And that trick is, now it's too late now, but there is a certain hour in which you can enter this establishment. Do you all recall the diner joint went to called Candies?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just say their light isn't exactly up to code. Late at night, around 3 or so, the lights begin to flicker. And when they flicker just right, enough lights go out on the A and the S that rather than saying Candies, it says Cindy.
Oh, that's so cute, actually. It's just clever.
So, basically, as long as you show up at around that time, you wait for the exact moment for the lights to flicker and open the door, she should be inside. At any other time, the door will either be locked or if they're still open for whatever reason that late, it'll just be the regular location.
All right, well, can we lie in wait for next time?
Yeah, you guys can literally just wait until tomorrow. I've already healed all of your damages by 1, just kind of naturally, and then by this point, Uncanny Strength will also have come back. And unless there's anything you guys want to do in the morning besides, boring office stuff and, our jobs, we can just wait till 3 in the morning of the next day.
Yeah, I feel like I've got a one-track mind right now.
That is perfectly fine.
I wanted to use one of my clues to find out if there's something specific she's looking for that I can trade.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
Let me think. Oh, yeah, I got something. So,
is there anything I can do like that? No, probably not.
In terms of stuff that she wants, obviously there's underground information. The old saying, there are known unknowns and there are unknown unknowns. She's very interested in the unknown unknowns. Even if the information seems somewhat useless, she will still gladly take it if she gets a vibe and a feel as if this is good stuff. And it has been said that she indeed has a very, very good feel if it's good information or not. Some even say you cannot lie to Cindy. In general, though, you guys hear that she heard about a break in the Ambrosia case a while back, and it's kind of hit the street. It's running around. Any information regarding that, she'll gladly take. Where it ended up.
Any info on what?
The Ambrosia. Where it ended up, who's buying it, why they're buying it.
She wants to know that information?
She wants to know, yes. She has some information, but there are
That's incredibly
holes.
Convenient for us, because that's exactly what we have information on.
Well, that's the current hot topic. All right, any other questions you want to ask before you head on in?
No, I think I'm good.
Alrighty, perfect. Well, the 4 of you wait. The day rolls over. And after, a long day doing what have you, Moira possibly, writing, organizing your notes, Radia running your shop, Roxanne, superhero, Xander, kind of also superhero, but like less flamboyant, I guess.
No. In the morning, I'm at school.
Oh, of course. Not ditching.
I'm crying out how bad I am at science.
Excellent. And Jasper's like occasionally whispering to you answers that sound correct and definitely are not.
Yes.
Perfect. I will never forget. We had a social studies. I don't. What was it? Not Pictionary. Whatever. A game where the teacher would ask us questions and say, "All right, for 200 points, questions regarding blank," and we kind of go around the class and we're trying to get points and whatnot. And it came up to our turn, and the kid raised his hand because he thought he knew, and then they asked the question. He went, "Oh shit, I don't think I know." So he looks to us, the fool, and we look right at him and we say, "China policy. It's China policy." He's like, "Really?" We're like, "Yes, it is." He goes, and he looks at the teacher, 100% confident. He goes, "China policy." And she goes, "What? No." The look of betrayal on his face. It was so good. Confidence. I love it. Anyway. Yeah, well, I will never forget China policy. It was so great. I don't know that Anyway. So, it is late. We head outside Candy's. It just says Candy's as we are waiting, staring up at the sign. Looking in, they're definitely closed. All the lights are off. You guys can barely even see through the windows. You don't know if there's a tint on it or something else, but no light is penetrating these windows. And then the lights begin to flicker. The streets are currently, I'd say weirdly empty, but it's 3 a.m. There's some folk, late drinking, dragging themselves home. Occasionally a car will pass by. But after some waiting and the flickering becomes more frequent, the correct letters begin to blip out. And as they do, suddenly you see Candy's flip to Cindy.
Can we go in?
You go to push on the door, and it very easily slides open. You all head in?
Yeah, I'll head in.
All right, all 4 of you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Alrighty. As you swing the door wide, the little bell goes off. Before entering, you all notice that darkness continues in here. You can barely even see in the building. But 4 of you enter. The door closes behind you with another jingle, and the light above changes from Cindy back to Candy's, and then into something that's indistinguishable from anything. The 4 of you staying in a completely pitch black room. There is no light. You almost feel as if there's nothing in this room. Objects let off I almost want to say like a feeling or an aura. Like, I'm close to a wall, I'm close to a table, I'm close to something. You guys have been here once or twice. Shit, you guys were just here not too long ago. You've definitely walked far enough that you would have run into a booth, but you have not. There's nothing around you.
What do my shadow senses tell me?
Your shadow senses tell you are surrounded by nothing. When you reach out, it's almost as if the shadow is too dark to reach anything in particular. It just goes on forever.
Candy?
I thought we were looking for Cindy.
Cindy?
After you correct yourself
Candy, Cindy,
and say Cindy, suddenly a spotlight 10 feet in front of you all sparks to life, shining downward on a chair in which a woman with very fancy makeup, not a sequins dress, but a very loud dress, leaning with her legs crossed, just looking towards you all, kind of smirking. She goes, hello there. What can I do for you?
What you're good at?
That's an incredible entrance. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you. I have to run this building all day in a very boring drab outfit, so might as well have some fun with it, right?
Yeah, you look good.
Thank you. You all look familiar. Did you all swing by before, a few days ago?
Yeah, I think we did, didn't we?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
Yes, I believe we did.
We did.
You had that one, the little dirty girl and the college kid.
Oh.
I remember greeting you all at the door.
Yeah. You mean Rat?
Her name's Rat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what she calls herself.
I mean,
yeah, that's what she calls herself, so
as
that's
long
her
as
name.
she has fun, she doesn't mind it, that sounds fine to me. But yes, Cindy, not Candy. Nice try, though.
Shut up!
You're fine, Roxanne, no worries. Well, as this place is indeed hard to find, I don't normally get customers this close to the opening time. What brings you in?
Well, we're looking for some answers, and it seems like you might be the one that has them.
I am indeed full of answers. But I'm sure you're aware of how this works.
Yeah, it is. I guess.
We heard you're looking for info on the ambrosia.
Oh, you happen to have something I don't know?
Well, what do you know, first of all?
That'd be cheating.
We can see if we fill in the gap.
Very true, very true. Let's just put it this way to make our little game a wee bit easier. If you tell me something I don't know, well, that's one credit your way. I won't cheat you. I'm incapable of doing so. You'll have to just trust me there.
Well, let's see. How about you go first, Roxanne?
Are you sure you want me to?
No harm, no
Probably
foul.
sure.
We've got all the time in the world here, as long as you've not bored me, of course.
All right.
I think we're starting off pretty boring.
We stole it.
You stole what?
The ambrosia.
From the auction?
That's right.
And I know your names, but who exactly is we?
Roxanne.
Well, I know you're Roxanne, but do you represent somebody? You part of some group? Someone paid you to do it, or what?
Do we have a name, guys?
Do we have a name?
Not that I know of.
We can call ourselves a collective of interested parties.
That's fine, that's fine. So no one paid you to do it then?
Nah. Not motivated by money right now.
Well, that's interesting. Interesting enough that I would say that definitely nets you an answer. What do you want to know?
Out of game. Should we just go right into it and ask about Reginald? Or what?
Is that not what we're here to try to find?
Yes.
So just jump right into it?
Yes. I want to say me admitting that we stole is pretty big, isn't it? I mean, that basically tells her that we should still have it somewhere.
Yeah, it does. Let's say I heard that you might know the whereabouts of Reginald.
Does this Reginald have a last name?
I don't remember
Albright.
his last name. Albright.
Perfect. When you say whereabouts, what exactly were you asking? I'll let you know the man moves around a bit.
Well, I'm asking because we need to get a hold of him.
Understood. Do we want his current whereabouts, or are we looking for something
I
else?
guess the question is, you say he moves around.
Oh, yeah.
if you give us his location now, what's the likelihood that it'll move by the time we get the chance to get to him?
That is a wonderful question. It's also multiple questions, but I don't mind answering them. Let me put this real literally. If you all were to walk in and ask me, where is this Reginald Albright, I could tell you the exact room he's in, the direction he's facing, and other things. But when you move there, he'll be gone, most likely somewhere else, especially someone this skittish. Or prepared, not really entirely sure. Let's just say right now, I could tell you where he is, and this location he tends to frequently.
That'll work.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Sure thing. Y'all know the pier? About 5-10 miles from here?
Yeah.
Well, there happens to be a rather large building that isn't necessarily part of the pickup and drop-off of all the hustle and bustle of the boats and such. It's more of a business ordeal. For whatever reason, to my knowledge at least, there's no one actually in said building. No one except for this Reginald. He likes to hide at the top for whatever reason. I don't know if there's some form of magic, something cast on it, as if to allow regular folk just to think, oh, yeah, sure. You know, X, Y, and Z, they go there for their business and this, that, and the other. But no, it's entirely empty. Works for him, of course.
Are you writing that down, Melanie? Because I'm not going to remember.
Of course I am.
I am not Moira, and it shows. It's only semi-related. Could she give me better answers on what happened to that one kid?
Which kid?
The one that died.
Yeah, if you have a question, she knows it.
I guess I'd have to give her information. Is there anything else I can give her?
Can she ask a question?
Yeah.
Technically, but usually people come to her with questions.
Right, but this is a deal that we're making, essentially. A direct exchange.
Oh, it definitely is. Now, if you make it sound like you guys have a ton of information, she might ask. Are you trying to make it, oh yeah, we know so much. We're just trying to figure out where we were, where we're pulling from.
I mean, yeah, we know a good amount about the ambrosia, I would think.
Yeah, I'd say we do. We know where it's coming from. We know what it's doing. I don't know.
Do we know where the ambrosia exactly is coming from? We know where the where powder stuff was kind of being made.
Well, we do know about the yearly hostings.
Yeah.
Roxanne,
that stuff she might know.
You have personal information she might not know.
Oh, you mean when I was half brainwashed?
Yeah. She just wants information. Doesn't have to be specific to ambrosia.
Sure. Ask your question, Moira, and I will offer up. She can ask me a question about the parties that get hosted for the ambrosia.
All right. I just don't know what the exact question I want to ask is, because I just want to know if she knows anything about that kid's murder that we don't already know.
I'll let you know she does, yeah.
What information? What's that kid's name? Why do I keep forgetting it?
Aaron.
What was his last name?
Albright.
Albright.
Why do I keep forgetting that that's their last name?
Too many shadows in your head.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's because it's all bright and I'm all dark. What can you tell me about Aaron Albright's murder?
She raises an eyebrow at that when you say the word murder, and then she smirks and points to Roxanne as if to say, tell me something and I'll answer.
I'm going to counter. What would you like to know about those parties that get hosted for the ambrosia?
Well, I do know a lot about them currently. I don't know precisely what goes on behind the curtain.
I assume I know something, right, about that?
You got some information from what's about, yeah?
I will tell her something.
Okay, basically share the information that he gave you?
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't much, but hey, she didn't have this before. And as you kind of convey what Honeylip let you know, maybe certain things that you saw, at least what you do remember, Cindy nods along, and she kind of spins in her chair, gets up, and as she begins to move around, the light follows her. She leans on one of the tables that is suddenly kind of just there. She's flipping through the menu of like, oh, interesting, okay. And she turns to a certain page. Right when you finish, Roxanne, she flips the menu, walks over to you, Moira, and hands it to you.
Hands it to me?
Mm-hmm.
What's on it?
The boy's autopsy.
Oh, what does it say?
Well, this was the first autopsy that I believe was burnt.
Right, because I already had access to it, right?
Indeed.
So this would have something different on it.
And that one was, well, let's be honest, entirely useless. Completely fabricated information. Not something I'm necessarily interested in. This, though...
I'm not big on fabricated information, personally.
Same. It burns. It's gross. Has a bad smell to it. This, though, this is good. I can promise you that. And you can see that, in general, as I mentioned before, it was very, very messy. He was literally torn up. But
oh, God.
On his body, there were old scars found on his wrist and other locations, like his upper arm. There were bruises found on his stomach and on his back. And these bruises do not look like they came from the train. These look old.
Does it seem like they're defensive wounds, maybe?
Yes, they look as if someone hit him.
Beaten on him?
Yeah, someone's beaten on him, and they didn't have time to heal. They're 100%
maybe
old,
he
though.
was covering his face or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I keep this? Or can I just use suddenly gain photographic memory and remember it all?
Oh, she laughs. Just keep it if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll keep it. Unless that's extra.
It's all yours. I gave you the information already, didn't I?
Perfect. Okay. No, I can look at that later. Are there any names or anything on it?
On what?
Or is that also removed?
Oh, on the autopsy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like who did the autopsy and stuff.
So you have that name. You also have, we'll say, sort of like in general, brain fart, the station. I don't know, my brain wasn't remembering that one. The station in which this occurred, you've already been there. But
right.
They had jack shit for information.
Right.
Those scars on his wrists and arms, are they indicative of attempted suicide?
Not suicide, no.
Self-harm?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
And then some of them are on the outside of his forearm, so that could have been something else.
Right. Clearly, he's been either, on one hand, could be self-harm. Additional stuff could also be the result of those kids hurting him, right?
Yeah,
maybe over time.
Right, yeah. It's very
if he's bullied.
What information are you giving her?
She basically just told her about effectively some information that Honeylip let Roxanne know. It's kind of meh information in terms of how important it is, but Sandy didn't know this, so it's interesting. Kind of choke points, where people like you, Roxanne, would defend rather than just your usual grunts and whatnot. Various information on layout, even though she kind of knew that. Y'all kind of went up and down the stairs, which Roxanne was also able to do. Most people just stay in the ballroom. So
nothing about the brainwashy stuff, though, right?
No, obviously, Roxanne, you could share stuff about you if you wanted to, but you can also not do that.
Stuff about me? Oh, because she likes the unknown?
Yeah, only you know how your powers work, so.
I just want to know, I guess my last question, and I don't know if we have the information suitable for exchange, is what Reginald Albright doing at all related to the death of his son?
That one we won't need to exchange. While I don't know this, logic leads towards yes. Something happened. I don't know what that something is, but...
Do you know who those people are?
Those people as in...
The rest of the kids? We know two of them. The people who are present.
They're not exactly quiet, so I'm aware of who they are.
All right.
Who was that boy you all brought in earlier? The one was all beat up with a rat. He seemed interesting.
You mean,
Not Lester?
James. He's a troubled boy.
Is he related to this whole incident?
I believe he is related in a way that a kid who doesn't know what he's getting into is related. Do you know what I mean?
She nods.
Sort of, though. Did you want to know something about him?
Yes and no. Are there others?
Specifics?
Well, are there others like him that you found?
In what way?
Yeah, in what way?
Similarly troubled.
Similarly troubled?
Well, there was something wrong with him, right?
Yes, it's part of a pattern.
Is he the only one? It can't be if there's a pattern, right?
He's not, but we don't
He's
know much
not.
about it yet.
We're still hunting down information. It's
Fair
definitely
enough.
more than one, for the record. In
Well.
the interest of, fair exchange and honesty.
Sure. If you share with me this second person, this connection, this other name, I might be able to trade one with you. I have a sinking suspicion about something, and I'd like to confirm it.
Marvin, stop.
Yeah.
She smiles widely at that and goes, "Oh, really?
Really?
They are not.
When you
And
say
their situations are a little different, but it is similar.
The results were the same.
Yeah, she gets up and points and says, "And which part precisely was similar?"
The whole being taken over thing by an unknown power.
Was there another similarity prior, maybe?
Was there a similarity prior? I just don't remember.
As she asks that, she kind of whips about a bit and accidentally knocks over a glass on another table that suddenly lit. And suddenly it falls, shatters, and all the liquids from the glass and all the shattered glass splashes to the floor and sort of forms a scene, almost like a photo. It lands almost perfectly. And you all could see a scene in which the four of you are fighting off various individuals while people are scattering from an auction.
And what goes on? What am I seeing?
And she points out and says, "Oops, my bad. Well, how convenient for us. Would they, since you were there, were those two individuals at the auction?"
So the two individuals being...
Yeah, they were.
Wait, so she can see an image of us there?
It's like a really sloppy image, but yeah.
Then I'd say yeah.
Interesting. So you saw both James and Marvin at this auction.
No, we didn't see them there, but we knew they were after the fact.
Yeah, we didn't see them, but we did know because of the stuff that was going on, right?
Interesting. If you're able to give me one good, not great, piece of information, I can tell you some other names that might interest you that were also present.
There's that assassin lady that was there.
I'm aware. B.
And then the old gentleman that was next to me before everything hit the fan.
Said old gentleman has a name.
Oh.
As does another individual I've been keeping my eyes on. Like I said, you can share something with me. Anything that you find interesting or intriguing, I can share these names with you. Both.
I just don't know what would be interesting.
Remember, she'll take info about
Are
you.
they important leads?
Are they importantly?
I've been receiving information from various, somewhat desperate maybe, individuals, and I have quite a few puzzle pieces, but they don't all match up. There's a few little bits of info that I'm missing.
May I approach?
You may.
I will walk up to her, lean towards her ear and tell her my secret.
Okay.
And if she ever wants to get into trouble, if she ever gets into trouble and wants to have a part of her survive on, she can just call me.
Okay. As you're describing this, she's like nodding, goes, "Oh God, okay, what? All right, sure." And she pulls away from you very like, "Oh, okay. Was not expecting that." But as I mentioned, she will take personal information and says, "That's absolutely perfect. Be careful with that little ability there, Roxanne. That could definitely get out of hand."
I'm aware.
Well, with that, I will most assuredly share these bits of information with you. One individual I've been watching, as his past was a bit checkered, things cleaned up for him, and then, as fate tends to be, was cruel to him suddenly. An individual named Andres Rodriguez. He was also there at the auction with you all.
Wait, I think we know that name.
You do?
Yeah, don't we? Wasn't he from the he was from the...
You spoke with him, yes. He worked at London.
Yeah, he was one of the first people we spoke to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, he claimed to not know anything, right?
He did claim to not know anything.
He was very angry when you spoke with him.
Yeah.
The other individual, as she points to Xander, He says, you saw an older gentleman, correct?
Yeah.
Well, I believe he may have, at some point, had contact with our little friend, Reginald Albright. Maybe, maybe not. But too many coincidences. Well, I don't really believe in coincidence, up to a point at least. But another individual. His name is Gale Hyland. He was also there, present.
Oh, you saying Gale's the old man?
Indeed. Those two, plus the two you've already seen, were all present at the auction at the same time you were.
Wait, Andreas Rodriguez is the beefy one? The second one was a beefy guy, right? Or did I hear that wrong?
Beefy guy was Marvin. He was a somewhat above average build.
And what else is she saying?
That's effectively it. She's letting you know that those two people were there as well, and they might have similar circumstances.
All right. I'll need to talk to them next time.
Yeah, it's a place to start.
And I got to review this freaking autopsy report. But anyway.
It's a lot to go over. It seems they were very thorough the first time. The one you saw after was pathetic. Insulting, really.
Was like very clearly hidden.
Yes, but like I said, borderline insulting. It's bad.
Yeah. Like it was very clear that it was doctored to a certain point.
Yeah, enough for the layman to look at it and go, yeah, it's an autopsy report, I guess. But anyone like yourself, Moira, will look at it and instantly go, bullshit. So.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's effectively it. She kind of twirls again, sits in the chair, it does a little spin, and she leans on her fist and looks at y'all. Anything else?
No, I guess not. I feel like I could give you my card, but I have the feeling
that I already have your info? Yes.
Yeah.
You tend to hand that card out quite frequently.
I do, yeah.
Someone gave it to me a while back.
Who gave it to you?
Honestly, I don't remember.
I do give it out maybe a little too often now I'm thinking about it.
They spoke highly of you, so that's good.
Okay, but... Well, I guess if you need anything, Cindy, I'll do anything for a beautiful woman.
She laughs at that and kind of goes, oh, you. And then with return, she says, well, if you find anything about these two individuals I shared with you, I might have some more information.
I got you.
And she winks at that and motions to the door as the light moves from her to said door.
All right. I head on out.
I'll follow.
Alrighty. And as the four of you head out into the night, it is no longer the night. It is the morning. You guys definitely were not there for, 3-ish, 4 hours, but seems to be about 6, 7 in the morning.
Seems like maybe time functions a little differently.
Just a wee bit, yeah.
Does she?
If I didn't know any better, I'd say she had a power of some kind.
I was literally just to go, does she have a power?
Time manipulation.
Like space-time.
Nah.
I don't know. Something about it.
Strange shadowy pocket dimensions like Rat.
Look, maybe that's why she was interested in Rat.
Well, having all this new information and 2 new names, you all whip out your notebooks, jot some things down, get ready to meet some people, and we'll
find Gale.
Yep, we'll pause there as we now have 2 folk that we can attempt to find and question. One of which we already know.
Yes.
Did I question that one?
No. He was hard to talk to and quite negative. So Roxanne, your expert charisma will definitely be the key that we need to break this case.
My charisma?
Yes. You seemed very excited to talk to him. I'm being sarcastic.
If you say so.
If you weasel your way in, you'll get it. I believe in you. But anyway, yes, pause there and more investigation nonsense next week.
Next week.